Welcome to another episode of TeeVo and The Beard.
You can't see it, but I'm TeeVo, and that's The Beard, and we still haven't heard from Mike.
Nope. And we have actually confronted him in person now. And, he didn't give any indication that he wants to defend himself.
So, update, we'll put it in the description, no word from Mike.
Right. Yes.
Just in case anybody out there is wondering.
Hashtag Mike defend yourself.
Defend yourself, Mike.
Yes. So, today we have just the DC universe to go through.
Marvel has taken their break.
They have taken a break, and I have not started. One of our more regular viewers suggested us watching Legion, but I have not started it yet.
I think on the episode where we had special guest Christy, I think I'll wait till they're all done so I can have like a mega weekend.
Yeah, since we do know it's going to be not. I don't think it's being billed as a mini series, but we know it's a certain amount of episodes.
Yeah, I think they're having a really short run,
which
is great.
6 episodes?
I think so. 6 or 8, something like that.
But the good news on that is for any of our listeners who want to watch it and haven't yet, it's on Hulu.
Really?
Yeah, that really surprised me.
They've
got Legion and the first 3 seasons of Black Sails.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, even better. I was going to use someone's login information.
Yeah. So if you don't have FX and you do have Hulu, or if you have somebody's Hulu account,
which I do, so
there you go. So people can watch it legitimately.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I learned something new, folks.
Yeah. Now it unlike the actual FX app, it does look like there's a 24 or 48 hour. Possibly even a 48-hour period between when the episode airs and when it's on Hulu.
That's fine.
Yeah, but that doesn't bother most people. I mean, if it bothers people that much, they'll get FX and watch it when
or get someone's password.
Right.
As I've done for other FX shows that I intently wanted to watch.
Yeah. Not that we condone that on the show, but nobody actually seems to care about it.
Yeah.
Because Netflix even makes jokes about sharing passwords and stuff like that.
Well, actively trying to stop it, but.
Right. Yes.
You can't
big quotes and trying.
you can't ignore what's going on.
Right. It's like as long as everybody's watching our original programming and promoting it, then.
Well, the one reason why I want to watch it in whole is because from what I do hear about it, which is not a lot because I'm trying to remain spoiler free, is that it's very intricate. Mm-hmm. So I want to get the whole scope at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, I've talked to a couple people who have seen it, but I've not read anything about it.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm too afraid that I'm going to keep reading. And
then you'll see a spoiler.
Right.
It's like,
even if it says in big letters, spoiler, The Beard, stop reading.
Yes.
I will keep going.
Yes. So, and like I said, luckily, it's a short series.
Yeah.
So far, so...
I think each episode's only like an hour.
Yeah.
45 minutes, TV hour.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But, going to Marvel, we lost a member of the Marvel family.
Yes.
And it struck me a lot harder than, say, The Beard did.
It did. And, while I do agree it is a tragedy, we're talking, of course, about Bill Paxton, not Bill Pullman.
No, that's not funny anymore, people, by the way.
No.
It's funny when they were alive.
Right.
But when I tell people Bill Paxton died, and they assume it's Bill Pullman, it's not funny anymore.
Right.
That joke has, if either one of them had died...
Yeah.
The joke is expired.
I was wondering if you were going to say the joke has died.
Yes.
I thought you were about to word it like that.
The joke is done.
Right.
But, for me, just on a cellular geek level, for an actor who walked the earths of Terminator and Aliens and Predators and the Marvel Universe.
Yes.
And
killed in each one.
Killed in each one. And for a film buff who's walked the earths of, like Titanic and Apollo 13, and, directed some interesting...
I totally forgot he was in Titanic.
Yeah. Which is funny, because we work around a lot of young people.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, I know Megan asked, you assume, but I assume these young people do not know who Bill Paxton is.
Right.
But the easiest way to explain it to someone is say, did you see Titanic? And what's funny was I was telling one person, they're like, I've only seen the beginning. Wonderful! He's only in the beginning!
Right.
But yeah, for a film buff, who's walked the earths of that, and who's directed his own wonderful films, who's done horror, The Vagrant, Near Dark, and Frailty. I don't know if you've seen any of those 3.
They sound familiar, but there's so many movies I've seen I can't even keep track.
Well, they're wonderful. And, from entertaining ones like Mighty Joe Young and Twister,
yeah.
I just think, he'll be missed.
Yeah, definitely.
And I've been watching him as a kid, and he just seemed like that really fun uncle every time. Yeah. When he shows up, he's wonderful, and you miss him when he's gone, but it's that type where you thought he would be around forever to me. Yeah. And so when he died, it's like, wow, I only have one more movie with him, because he has a movie coming out next month. I think he has a relatively small part compared to the whole cast. Right, yeah. But
it's always surreal when that kind of stuff happens. Yeah. An actor and actress passes away, and then like a month later you see them in something.
Yes. But just wow. I just I kind of model my life a little bit like John Garrett from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay. Some of the things he said. Yeah. Resonates. Maybe the Hydra part, who knows? Who knows? But the point is, his character elevated season 1 to me, along with the Hydra reveal.
Yeah. I mean, just because Hydra's evil doesn't mean everything about them is evil. Yeah. So, yeah.
A la the first bits of Ward.
I will say, yeah, if it wasn't for his character creating Ward, because Ward's not one that you could just throw up there and say he exists. Yeah. There has to be that origin. Bill Paxton had to be that father figure to him.
But yeah, overall, it's just a shock, and he's just the guy I've seen. And Tombstone. I forgot about Tombstone. Oh, he was in Tombstone. He was great in Tombstone.
Everybody was in Tombstone, though.
He was. But, he didn't have to be, but he is. Right. So, yeah, just wow. Just to me, just wow. Yeah. And I'm going to miss seeing Bill Paxton around.
Yeah, Bill Paxton I'm definitely not, a fan of him. I didn't dislike him.
Well, like I said, he was that guy, I didn't fanboy out like a Clark Gregg. Right. Yeah. But I guess I miss him because I always kind of thought he'd just be that guy in a movie. Yeah. And I'd be like, hey, Bill Paxton, yes!
Yeah. From the other side, for people like me and the Mrs. The Beard, it's one of those you don't know what you got till it's gone sort of thing. Yeah. With Bill Paxton, even when he was on S.H.I.E.L.D., the first couple episodes, me and my wife were like, who is that? It's like he looks familiar. I know him from because he was always that guy.
He always is that guy.
But then after he passes, and you realize how many times he was that guy.
He's been that guy.
Yeah,
for many years.
He's been in everything.
Yeah. So I definitely agree. It's definitely and that kind of mirrors what I said. You don't know what you got till it's gone. Yeah. And we miss you, Bill Paxton. Yep. But on to happier things.
Kind of happier things. This wasn't exactly...
Well, happier as in, no one died in real life.
In real life, yeah. This wasn't exactly the Puppy Dogs and Rainbows Supergirl.
I will say, I will share a story of a kind of cruel young person story. Okay. So, I was very sad, and it was one of the moments me and Mike agreed that this is very sad. We have a young student who works with us, who looks like Puppy Dogs and Rainbows. Yeah. I don't mean to stereotype someone's life because I don't know their life. Right. But just if I were to guess their life, it's Puppy Dogs and Rainbows. Yeah. And, we were very sad that Bill Paxton had died. And when we kept saying it, I believe she said something in tone to, he's dead, get over it.
Wow.
Come to think, again, because young people... And not saying young people don't know actors, but this is a particularly young person who movies doesn't do anything. Movies and TV and pop culture doesn't do anything for them, which is fine. Yeah. There are people like that. That's why I assume your life is Puppy Dogs and Rainbows, when you don't need a second, outlet. Escape. Yeah. Your life is an escape. Right. I don't know, but I'm assuming.
Kind of jealous of that, but yeah.
Kind of jealous. So, pop culture and knowing things like that doesn't do anything for him. She thought we were talking about a character.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That I could understand.
Yeah. I could, but it didn't, it hurt still.
Yeah.
With the full intent.
Yeah, because, somebody, if you're going to assume something, if you hear somebody talk about somebody passing away, you need to question them before you say, get over it. Yeah. Because if you're like, oh man, I'm going to miss Grant Ward, I'm not going to see him again. someone needs to say, well, who is Grant Ward?
Yeah. And you're like, oh, well, he's a character.
Yeah. And then they can say, get over it.
Yeah. Not like, oh, who's Bill Paxton? Well, he was an actor.
Right.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So,
and also, we're talking like soon after it happened. We're not.
Oh, this was the day.
Oh,
this was the day.
So make it even worse.
It was worse.
And well, I can even, I'll be on your side even more. Even if it wasn't a character, if it's the same day.
Yeah.
There's, we get so close to these characters. There is a mourning period. There
Again,
time of grief.
People like me, the Beard, Mike, and many millions others.
Yeah.
We look to pop culture. We look at shows, and in some, we look to the actors as well as an escape. Not to say for the majority, our lives is relatively crappy, but there's just that. There's a bit of escape. It's like a drug.
Yeah.
And we chase that. And like an addiction, some people don't share the same one.
Right, yeah.
And like I said, her life seems puppy dogs and rainbows, so she doesn't need
It's like, if you don't need the heroin, then don't put us down for taking it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's my rant on that.
Yeah. No, yeah. She definitely should have at least questioned
who Bill Paxton
is.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, for all she knew, he could have been like a relative.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
And sure, I was quoting Bill Paxton parts, particularly when he was about to die from the Predator.
Yeah.
But I could have had a relative that was in Predator.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, for all she knew.
Yeah. I mean, if she's not big in pop culture, she could have taken all that out of context and
exactly,
not knowing what you were talking about.
Exactly.
So shame on a nameless person here.
Yes. Puppy dogs and Rainbow Girl.
Yes.
The embodiment of Supergirl.
I think I know who you're talking about too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yep. But anyway.
But speaking of Supergirl,
what did you think of this episode?
I really enjoyed it.
Wow. And they listened to us.
They did.
It took them a while.
Yes.
But it's not official, but I think they're listening to us.
Yeah. We're not going to get credit, I'm sure.
We're not going to get credit. But
we can at least say that we asked for Dean Cain first.
We asked for Dean Cain as Cyborg Superman.
Yes.
And while he didn't outrightly say it, but come on.
Yeah.
It's getting there.
Yeah. One, I love just how Mon-El the entire time is like, don't trust this guy. No, really, seriously, don't trust this guy. And everybody's like, no, hush. We're going to trust this guy.
I did enjoy that. Just from the second he came back.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, glad you're back. So...
Because he made very good points. It's like, so you're just going to give him clearance with like nothing, no background check for that time he's gone?
Yeah, and it's like, well, it's Dean Cain. Well, I understand that,
Yeah.
but he saved you, and I thank him.
Right.
But
yeah. I mean, I was Team Mon-El this entire episode there. It's like, yeah, listen to this guy. I want Dean Cain to be a good guy, too. I did. But at the same time, he's acting very suspicious.
And also, we wanted him to be Cyborg Superman.
Yeah, yeah. Even more than I wanted him to be a good guy.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I guess in the scale of it, I would just like to see Dean Cain.
Right, as long as he's in the show.
They accomplished that. So they accomplished both things I wanted.
Yeah.
And because I gotta think, how much of makeup and special effects are you gonna put David Harewood through?
Yeah. All of it.
All of it.
Seems, yeah.
Why not? Hey, why not give some to Dean Cain?
Yeah, spread it out a little bit.
Yeah. So, I mean, like we said, he wasn't outrightly Cyborg Superman, but come on,
yeah,
he's getting there. And,
yeah.
And if DC, Supergirl, CW want to keep us happy, we'll keep going on that road.
Yeah, they'll do it. I'm sure.
I mean, from season 1, before I even quit the show, I said, when they said, he was kidnapped, and I read he was kidnapped by Catman, it's like, oh, well, clearly,
there's no other
he's gonna
answer.
Yeah. Otherwise he'd be dead.
Right.
If we didn't want Dean Cain, trust me, they don't need Dean Cain.
Yeah, they could have used any actor. Could have used kill him off.
Exactly. Any other actor. I mean, but you chose to bring a former Superman. That's just, come on.
Yeah. It's kind of like bringing the former Supergirl into the show.
Exactly.
You're going to use her for more than the first episode. Exactly. Sort of thing.
My dream, I was telling someone, is that when they do another 4-episode crossover, a real crossover, is that I don't know what... I'm not going to give a whole plot, because I don't want to think of a whole plot, but Cyborg Superman, Dean Cain, if that's who we're leading to, should be battling CW Superman.
Yeah.
And then should be getting help from the Atom. That way it's like, oh my goodness!
The superest of Supermans.
Yes, exactly. That should just be like, if wherever big battle they're having, that should be their section.
Yeah. It should be called the Superman v Superman v Superman.
Exactly.
Crossover.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then you can call that an event.
That is an event.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But other than Dean Cain, because clearly, when they say Dean Cain's coming, I'm in.
Yeah.
Now, I've been in the whole season, but when you show a preview of Dean Cain, I'm saying, let's go. Let's go. I want to watch this episode now.
Right.
And this episode will definitely satisfy everything.
Yeah.
Besides from, I'm glad there wasn't any Maggie Alex drama.
Oh, I know.
But, however, why is there always drama with Alex?
Yeah.
The line of, you're either with this family or you're not. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, there's not much middle ground when it comes to Alex.
No.
Yeah. No. You either with me or you'll get me.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
It's like, come on, can it be neutral?
Or can we just talk about this?
Yeah. Can you give me the reasons why I'm against you?
Yeah.
But yeah, at first I did think this was, seeing the previews for this episode and all that, I thought it was going to be kind of a slow filler fan type episode, but no, it really
it not only did it bring things we wanted, but it elevated the story.
Yeah.
So spoiler
yeah,
Dean Cain infiltrated DEO to steal the National Alien Registry.
Yeah.
What they're going to do that we don't know.
No, we have good ideas. Yeah, it's not going to be nice things.
It's not going to be nice things because it's being Cadmus is obviously run by a Luthor.
Yeah.
So, we can only guess what's going to happen.
Yeah. So what do you think about the whole, on the puppy dog rainbow side, the Kara Mon-El relationship going on? Yeah.
I didn't like I've told you, I didn't really watch season 1 that much.
Right.
Or if at all. Just be honest.
The Livewire episode.
Just be honest.
Yeah.
But even seeing that, I didn't feel the Jimmy and Kara thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because just because these are two characters we know, not from this show particularly, but we know them.
Yeah.
And in some way, it just felt icky.
And I think that's what they were... I don't think they were trying to make it icky, but I think that's what they were trying to do. It's like, hey, here are two people you already know. And then, let's put them together.
And then feedback was like, ew, that's icky. Oh, no, never mind.
Well, the CW says they're not together.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But
it just felt icky.
Yeah.
It's like, it's Superman's kid cousin, even though in real terms, he is Supergirl's kid cousin, but nonetheless, it just feels like, oh, I've been watching this girl while I was helping Superman out.
Right.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
It's like, oh, no, I don't like that.
Yeah, especially when you go from, reading in the comics and all that, Jimmy Olsen versus the adult James Olsen, and it does make their... I'm not sure what the age difference of the TV characters are, but it does make it seem like a larger gap.
Exactly. But Mon-El, I didn't know we didn't know what to think of Mon-El at first,
right?
And he just entertained us,
throughout
each episode. And I like the actor,
yeah.
If he comes to a con, I'm definitely wanting to meet him now. And I like the way he portrays the character. I like the way they bounce off each other, and it feels more suited to me.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Because she doesn't have to worry about him because she's not in a relationship with a mere mortal.
Yeah.
It's like two gods in a relationship together.
Well, more than that, they just have the kind of compatibility that just wasn't there to me with Jimmy. Yeah.
The one thing that I'm trying to understand with the way the CW is doing this, or with the way the writers are doing this, is, Cyborg Superman brings up to Mon-El, well, does she know your secret, your past?
Yeah.
We know he's the Prince of Daxam.
We know something, at least. So.
Yeah. If he was not the Prince of Daxam, he was pretty high up there, enough to get bowed at and not killed.
Yeah.
So, unless they keep building it up, though, like it's going to be this big, major negative thing. It's like, he's on Earth now. He's not trying to take over anything. I don't see him as, going bad all of a sudden, because it would be like a 180-degree turn.
It would be, and a very bad one.
Yeah.
Because, like, okay, yeah, like you say, if he's the Prince of Daxam, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're
a prince of a planet that doesn't exist anymore.
Hence, and good thing you don't act like it.
Right.
It's one thing if he acted like he's royalty.
Yeah.
But he's not.
Yeah.
Just acting like a regular dude.
Yeah.
So if that's a big, you're right. If that's a big revelation they're gearing up towards, there's got to be more to it.
Yeah.
Because why would that be a negative thing?
Right.
Because, like you said, Daxam doesn't exist. How is it? Why is it relevant?
He's not going to call an army from there.
Yeah. And why is it relevant that I'm the prince?
Yeah.
If he is.
I mean, I'm sure they'll make a big deal about, him not being fully honest with Kara, and that, they'll fight about that for 15 minutes in the episode. But...
And then Maggie and Alex will find something to fight out.
It's like, I was just trying to console my sister. No, it's all right.
No, you need to be with me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. You gave me a Valentine's card, you bitch.
Which was so weird.
Oh, I know.
But to answer your original question, I like it. I hope Monel stays.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he gets some form of a better costume. The fact that he hasn't got a good costume makes me worried.
Yeah. So kind of like when an agent doesn't have a code name yet.
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
Official. Yeah,
exactly.
What's funny, a funny real life thing that happened with talking about Supergirl here is, I'm on the couch watching Supergirl. I actually got to watch it when it came on.
Right.
My wife was at the kitchen table doing some work, so kind of like half watching.
Right.
And she is so far behind on this show. So the Alex being a lesbian, Kara being in any relationship, all that was just like...
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So...
That's really behind.
So it gets to the part where, Cyborg Superman is talking to Mon-El about his secret.
Right.
And I just kind of, under my breath, I'm just like, when are they going to say he's the Prince of Daxam? So then later on in the episode, when Kara and Mon-El are in their little, puppy dogs and rainbows relationship talk.
Yes.
My wife shouts out, "You can't be like him. He's the Prince of Darkness." And I believe the TV actually paused it. And I just look at her and I said, "He's not Ozzy Osbourne. What are you talking about?" And she goes, "You just said he was a Prince of Darkness." Daxam. Prince of Daxam. It's like, I didn't even know she was listening to me earlier. It's like, no, he's not. I mean, unless my wife really called it. Unless she really sees, we're so into the show that we might not be able to see what's going on the outside. Maybe she saw something that we've missed, and he is the Prince of Darkness.
And did your child have anything to chime in with?
No, she was asleep. Yeah, but that would have been even better, having a 3-year-old look at you like, "Mom, what are you talking about?"
Daxam.
Daxam, Mom, come on. God, adults, am I right?
Well, let's see. I think the other thing that really happened was, so Wynn's hitting it off.
Yeah. Wynn,
good for him.
Obviously him with human women, not so good. Alien women, though, yeah. Thankfully, these the Supergirl universe follows the same biological rules as the Star Trek universe.
Yes.
Every alien's parts are in the same place as ours.
Yes.
Or this would not be working.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, Wynn's come a long way. He's not quite as big of a jump as Fitz.
Yeah.
But I do like that from like season 1, they would either really use him or not at all. I mean, he was just kind of a background character until his dad tried destroying the world. Mm-hmm. And I thought for sure that once season 2 started, that he was just going to disappear, even though I love him as an actor. And then when they brought him into the DEO, I knew that they had to do something with him, because he couldn't be a background character in the DEO the same way he was at Catco.
I really like Wynn, and I know, on The Flash, the counterpart essentially is Cisco.
Yeah.
But something about Wynn I like a little more than Cisco.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, I think Wynn seems more realistic. Cisco seems like a character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Wynn is, I mean, you could know somebody like Wynn.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have all the answers. He can't do every single thing. He has fears. He has, quirks, things like that. Where Cisco is a little too perfect sometimes.
As a character.
He
is definitely, if you want an answer or a name or a funny line,
Yeah.
you know it's about to come.
Yeah.
From Cisco.
Yeah. Or when it will actually, like, one thing I like about, I'm not sure if it's an actor thing or if it's actually written like this, but Win will stutter and he'll say and you normally don't get that in the quote-unquote smart characters.
Yes.
You know, they normally know exactly what they're talking about, but he'll trip over himself and repeat a line twice, and I'm not sure if that's scripted or if there's like, no, that works, let's just keep going.
But since we're talking about Cisco...
So we want to flash over?
Well, essentially, you know, there really wasn't any B-plot.
No.
That's why we like the episode. The entire episode was the A-plot.
Yeah.
And...
we
got it. I'm sure you folks at home are getting got an earful about Dean Cain.
Yeah, but the last thing about Dean Cain, I like that they didn't catch him.
Yeah,
because that was the biggest thing that surprised
me. He can't be
me.
Cyborg Superman if they catch him.
Right,
there's more.
But like we've mentioned, like especially in the last episode, but even episodes before, is that very monster of the week is like whatever problem starts. 45 minutes later, we're going to have the solution.
Yeah.
This time it was like, no, he got the information and he's gone.
And
we're in trouble.
Yeah. And you thought whenever, at the end, when we saw Kara and Mon-El having a puppy dog rainbow moment.
Yeah.
A sad puppy dog rainbow moment.
Yeah. But
then they're called into it. You forget, we might get more adventure. Oh, wait, the hour is almost over.
Right. We have to wait till next week?
Yeah, or maybe even longer.
Yeah, I don't even know what these shows are doing right now.
That's the exciting part. So
yeah.
So kind of Monster of the Week, but let's say Monster of maybe the Month.
Monster of the Month, yeah. And speaking of Monsters of multiple weeks,
yes.
Thank God this event's over.
You know, I was telling someone who hadn't watched the first part, I said, honestly, you could probably watch the recap.
Yeah.
And you'll be
just seriously
fine.
Could, because
I really think they really botched it in a way of telling us it was a two-parter.
Mm-hmm.
Because had they said nothing.
Right.
Or they just said, Grodd's coming next week, and we see the first part. We're like, oh my goodness, this is a really good episode. Oh man, we gotta come back another week!
Right.
Instead of, so it's a two-parter. Okay. Okay.
DC does not like to hide things.
No.
And they need to. I mean, they don't have to hide everything, but they need to hide a lot more than they're doing now.
I mean, I understand the build-up of the event, but I mean, come on. I mean, but the first week almost was just pure setup.
Yeah.
Pure setup.
Yeah. I mean, they could have done last week in like the first 5 minutes of this episode.
Which they kind of did in the recap.
Yeah. Yeah, because watching the recap, I was just like, that was the whole episode.
That's all you need to know.
Okay. They go to Earth 2, there's gorillas, there's a big fight.
They escape.
Yeah, they escape.
And Gypsy's under control, and they're about to have some trouble.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yep. But at least we get to see more of Gypsy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this time, we get the exciting conclusion, and the part of the event that we really did want to watch.
Right, the attack on Central City.
Yes.
Yeah.
What did we... First of all, it's funny. You would think the joy of seeing obvious CGI gorillas was
I was about to say, do we want to complain about the CGI?
Not complaining.
Again,
I'm not complaining.
No, I will complain about one part with the CGI. The gorilla on gorilla rooftop battle.
Yeah.
Could not have looked more fake.
Oh yeah,
it really could not.
While entertaining,
they could have been hand drawn and looked more realistic than that. Because I even made the comment because when the battle's about to start, if you look behind the Flash family, traffic is still moving regular.
Yes.
And my thought was, okay, does nobody care that there's these 3-ton gorillas storming the place? And then I'm like, oh, they don't see them. They're all crappy CG.
Yeah. The production assistants probably told them, whatever.
Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. But while entertaining, the most entertaining parts to me was, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing for the event.
Yeah.
But the most entertaining thing was Tom Cavanaugh.
Yes. Tom and Tom.
Yeah. Harry and HR.
Yeah.
I love their interaction, and it makes me appreciate HR a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
Because I kind of forgot how mean Harry was.
Harry is a dick.
Harry is mean.
Yeah. Yeah. I know we try to keep it clean and family friendly, but the CW DC word seems to be calling people a dick.
Yeah.
And that's what Harry was.
He's a big dick.
Yeah.
Well, because maybe with season 2, he was the only Harrison Wells that we got.
Yeah.
And we connected with him on the impending threat with Zoom.
Yeah. And he was better than evil Harrison Wells.
So it was, while he was more of a dick than evil Harrison Wells, we did grow to like him.
Yeah.
But then he went away.
At least he wasn't trying to kill,
He
Barry.
was not. He was not.
Yeah.
He was trying to take his speed, though. But that was.
But he was going to leave him alive.
We understand why.
Yeah.
And he did have sageful advice.
Yeah.
Well, season 3, as we see, he can't be there because he has his own world he's tending to.
Yeah.
So we get HR. Mm-hmm. We didn't know how we felt about HR first.
Yeah.
But we've grown to really like HR.
Yeah, especially with and even though the reveal of him
being a fake was kind of lackluster at that time, I like it now. Yeah. But Harry is mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they just saved Earth 2 and all that, and, he's still on Earth Prime, just like,
Well, when he's, making fun of him for doing the Friends Day stuff, I was like, come on.
Which, when that started, when they first show the inside of Star Labs with the hearts and all that, I'm like, CW.
Again,
it's not
holidays.
Valentine's Day. But then when you call it Friends Day, I'm like, I see what you did there.
But we know what it's for.
Yeah, you had the decorations for Valentine's Day, and you were like, we can't screw this up on 2 shows. We'll call it Friends Day.
Yeah.
And we'll make it a Earth 19 thing.
But still, holiday people.
Yeah.
But, and then he's spitting his coffee.
Yeah. That I thought was even going too far for him.
Come on.
Yeah.
The only time that I understood the mean Harry was when he was like, you got 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Do you not know time? No, that's what I said.
Yeah.
10 seconds. Yeah, I said that.
Yeah, when there was actual peril or somebody was in trouble or something like that, when he was worried about his daughter, I could understand. But yeah, you don't spit in a guy's coffee for nothing.
Yeah.
Come
on.
Yeah.
But Harry is...
Especially as much as HR loves his coffee.
Exactly. They don't have coffee.
Exactly.
So... Well, it's a good thing he can still get another cup.
Yeah.
That wasn't the only one for him.
Right, but because as far as we know, the museum's still going on.
That's true. Nobody's addressed that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's more important things to worry about, but...
Did they hire more people?
Is he the one?
Yeah.
Is he that... I mean, is he the guy? That's fine.
Yeah. Because originally, they were all supposed to kind of work there as their secret cover, but... Yeah, it doesn't exist anymore, I guess.
Sure. Yeah. Or maybe it's one of those seasonal museums.
Yeah. It's only there during during the time
Flash
the
filler.
show's not there.
Flash filler episodes.
Flash filler, yeah.
But yeah, I like the episode, but again, what I'd have... This is going to be a rant on the Flash himself.
Yeah.
I really love that he's been the Flash ever since Kid Flash became a thing.
Yeah.
And now that he has potentially 2 sidekicks, he's got to be in charge.
Yeah.
You got to be the hero. And I like that he's been doing that. So, yay, yes for that.
Again, CW giving us what we want.
However.
And a big however.
However. Not that Jesse and Wally did any better with the Gorilla Army, but did you not find it hilarious? So, for people at home, if you haven't seen it, spoiler, obviously, but I think that's a given.
Yeah.
So, we see the Flash...
No, it's a gorilla, not a gibbon.
Ha ha ha.
I'm a dad, I can make bad puns.
Ha 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 ha. So, we see the Flash team. We have Barry in the center, and to his right and left are Wally and Jesse. Wally and Jesse take on the Gorilla Army.
Yeah.
While, boss for boss.
Yeah. But mostly them, quote unquote, taking on the Gorilla Army is running around them really fast.
Which they just left the camera and CGI took it from there.
Right.
Because they weren't actually running.
Right. Yeah.
But, we say Barry against Grodd. The matchup, what should have been the match.
Yeah.
Or at least some of it. Barry charges towards Grodd, and we think we're about to see something cool.
Yeah.
And Grodd just bumps him into a car, and that's it.
Yeah, barely even touches him.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So that is the big however. It's like, oh, I hope this is about to get more exciting.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, Cisco has a crush.
Yes, and
on
she,
Gypsy.
and she wants it.
Yeah,
she totally wants it.
Yeah,
she should just give in.
She should have,
But beyond,
she can still be a bounty hunter.
beyond their romance, they bring back Solivar.
Yep.
Solivar, yeah, that's his name.
Yeah.
And they have
when all the bad guys start having similar names, it gets too confusing there.
And then they do their rooftop gorilla battle, which was entertaining.
It was,
but
wow. It really, it's like if I'm gonna see that kind of thing, I want the whole show to be CGI.
Yeah. So they Solivar defeats Grodd. He takes the army back to Earth 2. Yeah. Grodd stays on Earth 1.
Right, because he was going to kill Grodd at first, but the Flash is like, no, I've got to be the Flash. Like
Harry says that.
Harry says there's always another way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, I enjoyed the episode.
Yeah.
And it did end with certain people having some puppy dog rainbow moments. Because, come on, CW.
Mm-hmm.
So Barry proposes to Iris.
Yeah. And of course it leaves it with the whole cliffhanger. We don't know her answer.
Yes, but clearly it's probably,
Yeah.
Be a bummer if it was no.
No, I know. It make us wait this long for a no.
Yeah, huge bummer.
But they did it in just such the typical, like, TV trope way of him asking the question, and right when she's about to say something, it cuts.
But based on TV tropes, not the specific Flash plot, it's getting harder to pinpoint exactly what will happen in the finale.
Yeah.
To me, at least.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I thought that Joe was going to kick it this week.
Yeah.
I actually, when Grodd made him hold the gun to his head, I actually held my breath sitting there watching it, because it's like, Joe is probably the least safe one of the group.
I will also say, I bet whenever it's entertaining and makes sense when they see the final product on the show. Mm-hmm. I gotta wonder what the actors feel like when they have to do the Grodd voice.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, wow. You probably feel so silly right now.
Do you just talk like this when you're supposed to be Grodd, or do you use your regular voice?
They probably feel really silly.
Yeah.
But then the final scene leads into next week's episode.
Yeah.
So we see Happy, again, puppy dogs and rainbows.
Yep. So we know there's got to be a twist.
Yeah. Puppy dogs and rainbows. We see Jesse and Wally having their thing, and she wants to, have some big belly burger.
Yeah. Which I thought that was an excellent way to do that scene. There's, because I've been where Wally is, as far as you're trying to show somebody a movie and they don't get it.
Yes.
They just don't understand.
At least for Jesse's excuse, like, she really doesn't get it.
Yeah, she's like, is this during the War of the Americas? It's like, you guys had a lot of wars.
Exactly. But nonetheless.
Yeah, and then she does the whole, you know what I really want? And he's like, yeah, turns off the movie. And it's like, big belly burger. Okay, fine.
Luckily, they're speedsters, so he can go.
Yeah, he's still a gentleman, even though they could both run.
They could.
He goes out and does it. But he runs into an old friend.
So he sees Savitar. Whether it's really Savitar, we don't know.
Right.
But the synopsis and title of next week's episode heavily hints that we will see some Savitar again.
Yeah.
And I believe it's Wally's having visions, which makes the final scene maybe not as perilous as it left off.
Right, yeah.
But it also says he's not telling anyone about it.
Yeah.
So there is the problem.
There is a good habit of that with the superhero shows.
When something bad happens to a singular person, they don't tell people.
Right, yeah. It's like, yeah, my brain's been infested by, these ghosts or this alien or a speed god or whatever. Not telling anyone.
Yeah,
it'll blow over. It'll be
I'll just put a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah, I take a couple Sudafed. It'll be fine.
I'll get some rest.
Yeah,
put some ice on it.
Yeah, because surely this won't lead into my team getting in trouble with anything.
But other than that, did you enjoy the episode? Let's not talk about the event. We've made our feelings very clear on the event.
Yeah, I enjoyed. I'm with you though. Tom is what made this episode.
He did,
HR versus Harry. If they would have named the episode that, I would have been happy.
Yeah.
Because I love that we think that maybe we're reading Harry the wrong way, because when Jesse says, I'm going to stay on Earth 1 to be with Wally, and Harry's like, fine, yeah, go do that. And then he tells Wally that he's dying. For a second, I actually believed that.
Me too.
That guy.
I was like, oh no.
Yeah, because he's doing the whole, I don't know how much longer I have left, which... Yeah, in retrospect, is very.
We'd all don't know.
Yeah, But it's like, man, he's dying. He doesn't want Jesse to go back and deal with that. That's great for him. He's not a dick. No, he's totally a dick. Because he knows if he tells Wally that, Wally will tell Jesse. Especially since he said, do not tell Jesse. So.
One last thing to loop the episode back to the beginning. Mm-hmm. So, naturally, when an actor you like has passed away, you do a retrospect and watch some of their stuff.
Right.
So I watched his 6 episodes of S.H.I.E.L.D. After he passed. Mm-hmm. And just a comment, by God, these characters are so different.
Yeah.
Like let's say Fitz and Simmons. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
So
it's like different actors.
It really, and
yeah.
So like the scene where Bill Paxton reveals himself as Hydra, and Bill Paxton and Clark Gregg have their brawl.
Yeah.
May takes on the henchman, and Fitz hides under a desk and manages to shoot one person.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh, he would have taken them all out.
Fitz might not be able to fight like May, but he will shoot somebody.
Yeah.
He's gonna shoot somebody,
at least not kneecaps,
and not under a desk.
Right,
he will be there with May.
Yeah,
and then the episode, Bill Paxton's first episode, when they infiltrate Tahiti, and Ward slips down with a gun. Bill Paxton slips down with a gun.
Yeah,
Coulson in a suit though, but he still has a gun.
Yeah,
and Fitz is the only unarmed person. Now, Fitz will have a gun.
Yeah. Even if nobody else knows he has one,
yeah, he will have a gun.
Yeah.
He will have a gun now.
Yeah,
and Simmons, she'll be given orders as far as medical stuff.
Yeah.
But she'll have a gun too.
Right. Yeah.
Like if something's going wrong, like when Hydra infiltrated the fridge where they were at, or the hub.
Yeah.
And essentially it was up to Trip to protect them in case something happened. Now, they'll both be okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Sky, now Quake. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, night and day. Right?
Well, and the scene in the hub where, remember when her and Ward are in the broom closet, and they're all the Hydra S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, that he says, okay, we got to get to there. There's all of these people here. I'm going to take care of them. You stay here.
Right.
Now, well, Ward's dead, so.
Right.
But now it'd be like, no, we're.
She would already been like halfway there and be like, what were you saying? What was your plan?
Yeah. Well, I'm still going to hack into
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna hack with one hand and Quake them with the other one.
Exactly. Yeah. So just we commented all the time how they're different, but it's always interesting to see when you watch season 1.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm not sure what season I randomly saw the other day, but CW now does. CW has everything.
Yes.
It has the rights to show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in syndication.
Yes.
And I don't think they've shown them in order though.
I always hated that when we were young and we didn't have things like Netflix or Hulu or the ability to watch anything at any point. So you really had to rely on syndication, and sometimes they suck.
Yeah, but I was just flipping through. I didn't even know S.H.I.E.L.D. was on, and I stopped and I was like, these guys look familiar. I didn't even recognize it at first as being S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, it's like, who's that young? Oh, that's Fitz. He's a boy.
Yeah.
That is a boy right there.
He's a man.
He's a man now. Yeah.
But then,
he's a robot.
But then it made me sad, like certain scenes like, aw, Trip.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah.
He's been dead.
Yeah. Yeah, they're the one negative thing I can say about some of these shows is rewatchability.
Yeah.
Because finding out Hydra, finding Hive, stuff like that, everybody who's died, it's like it no longer, it might still hit you a little bit, but there's no surprise. Like when the letters roll out to spell Hydra.
Yeah.
And at first you're like, is it Agent Head? Is she the one? Nope. So.
Yeah. I just thought I'd comment on that, just since we always talk about how the characters evolve. And now that I've rewatched some of them and have clear memory of what season 1 was like, it's like, my God. Wow.
Yeah, because sometimes we can paint a different picture through memory, but now that we do have the ability to watch
But then I thought of the episode where Ward and Fitz had to infiltrate that country. And again, if you're Fitz now, he'd have a gun too.
Yeah.
There is no protecting Fitz.
No, he would have been a lot more helpful. It would have been a shorter episode.
Yes.
It's like we took care of it.
Yeah.
Oh, we still have 45 minutes left of show.
Exactly. But that is...
Well, how are we on? We have a little bit of time left.
Did you remember any fun questions?
I didn't, but I think I got a couple I can kind of...
Usually we try to start out, but we just couldn't think of one.
Yeah, we've been stealing a little bit from Anna Faris's podcast, Unqualified.
You should listen to it.
You should listen to it.
She should listen to us.
She should listen to us. She should be on the show. We should have her, because one of the things she does is she...
Why are we bothering with Mike? We should tell Anna Faris to defend her honor.
Yeah, defend your honor, Anna Faris. Defend Scary Movie 1. Come defend yourself. I know you were starting out and all that, but no, defend that movie and that whole series.
Mike and Anna Faris, come defend yourselves.
Yeah. No, we should submit a relationship question to Anna Faris.
Okay, first, another rant. I have submitted 2 questions to Anna Faris. None of you have replied.
Oh.
And while the first question was a lot of jumble, which I can understand you didn't, but I legitimately sent a second one that I don't think, you didn't get back to in time. Mm-hmm. I think time healed itself, so I don't think if it was a learning experience for me, I just would have liked to know.
Right. So Sims, who is, her cohort
Sim.
on there, come defend yourself.
F you, Sim.
F you, Sim. Yeah.
On her show, you know what we'd say.
Yeah.
But
if we get Anna Faris on here, I will put an explicit tag on there so we can say whatever we need to.
Yes. But nonetheless, it's not like I'm not listening to.
Oh yeah, we're still listening.
Yeah, I'm listening, but just putting it out there that I've submitted questions and I legitimately needed help.
Yeah. So defend yourself for not answering TiVo's questions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you were saying.
Yeah. So one thing that we like to do, since they're not defending themselves, is we like to steal from their show.
Because you don't own the rights to hypothetical questions.
Right. But I really like their... she really goes off on like these really good improv things, which we've tried.
Yes.
And
we have success, but we like to... We like to make sure if we're going to do it, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, she has more experience.
Yeah, we're not going to do it. That. We don't like to do it for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
Like when we did bring up some, there were good ones.
Yeah.
So,
but another thing I really like, an easier thing, is she does the what ifs.
Yes.
Like you did with the ice cream last episode. But also I like the
deal breakers.
Deal breakers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was kind of wondering. So,
all right, let's go.
So pretend you're single.
I don't have to.
I was about to say very easy.
I don't have to.
But that's how she always starts it. So I figure if I'm gonna plagiarize, I'm gonna plagiarize all the way.
And if I was, there are people on that show who've been like, don't have to.
Yeah. So this is single TiVo.
Okay.
And you've met this girl.
Okay.
And we'll do an easy one first.
Okay.
So you're talking, you're really getting along. Let's say you met at a bar. Okay. You're talking over some drinks there.
Okay.
And she tells you that, she really likes you. She wants to hang out with you more.
I'd say fantastic.
That's not a deal breaker, wanting to hang out more. But she cannot stand the quote-unquote geek culture. She does not like comics. She does not like sci-fi, fantasy.
I will relate. I can relate to this, actually.
Okay.
A couple years ago, I did try to date a girl who, not like in the extremity of what you're saying.
Yeah.
But anytime I kind of went on a geek rant or just tangent, she kind of looked at me weird.
Yeah. And
that's when I was like, I don't think it's going to work out. She didn't say that she didn't enjoy it, but just the look.
Right.
I remember it's like, if we're going to get semi-serious, there's a lot of this coming.
Right, yeah. You got to be able to take it. Yeah.
Like, I know there's, you can probably relate more to this, but I know in any relationship, whether marriage or a new one, there is compromise to have.
Right, yeah.
But there's going to be some, and you're already cringing a bit or looking at me funny at the first stages. I don't think this is going to work out.
I mean, there are, shows or movies that I watch that my wife will not touch with a 10-foot pole.
Yes.
So I don't try to get her.
Yes.
And the same with her. I've never seen Hope Floats or anything by Nicholas Sparks.
Right.
And she knows I won't.
That's fine.
I'm not crossing that line.
Yes.
But we can live with that. If she was to tell me, that she didn't like Guardians.
Yeah.
I would be like, well, where's the divorce papers? Done. Out. Because people, I doubt that we have any non-geek listeners.
Yeah.
But if there is somebody who accidentally happened upon us.
Yeah.
We know that these are fake fantasy worlds.
And again, like our, looping back to the first, we know this is an escape for us.
Yeah.
And
But we still care about the characters,
and we do, and that's what makes it strong. We're essentially in a strong relationship with these mediums, and we get that some people don't have to have these things.
Yeah.
But for us, just respect that we like it.
Yeah, because sometimes we will talk about Grant Ward and Coulson and May like they are real people, like they're people that we hang out with on a daily basis.
By the way, and I did whenever I actually did meet Brett Dalton, like
right.
The euphoria when I met Ming-Na and Brett Dalton at a convention, not the same one, that'd been awesome, but at two different ones, it almost validates why we like the show.
Yeah. Yeah, because people who enjoy what they do produce better things. So.
And, because, when I tell people I go to cons, they say, oh, that's fantastic. They'll meet you for free. No. Oh, that's a ripoff. No, it's not.
Right.
Well, to you, maybe.
Right. Yeah.
Again, if you don't need that escapism,
then that is
or
fine.
if you just simply watch it for nothing else but just, entertainment at its finest level,
right?
It's sure, but I'm invested.
Right.
I happily paid Brett Dalton $30 every day for 4 days to take a single picture with me, and I am fine with that.
Yeah.
So Brett Dalton, you're listening. Not a ripoff. I loved it. Yeah. I loved it every second.
Yeah, that's one thing that I don't understand about the internet online world is people complaining about stuff like that. It's like, if you don't want it, then don't participate and don't put money into it. That's fine. Go do your own thing.
Yeah.
Online friend of mine was complaining that she hates when people follow her on Twitter, and then when she's really into gymnastics.
Okay.
So when there's stuff going on, she will keep posting about it. I don't understand any of it.
Yeah.
Gymnastics is not my thing. But she has people just straight up unfollow her because of that. And I told her that she should teach them this technique that I've learned on Twitter. Scroll. Just if you like the person in general, scroll past the stuff you don't like.
Yeah.
Especially when it's something like that. If, they say something hateful or, something that disgusts you or something like that, then unfollow them. But if it's gymnastics, but they also tell funny jokes, scroll till you hit a joke. It'll be fine. You don't have to comment on there that, oh, gymnastics is stupid. Oh, superhero stuff is dumb.
I've unfollowed people on various social medias just because I don't get the same joy as I did at once.
Right. Yeah. And now, like with her, for example, if she started only posting gymnastics stuff, that's all she ever posted. I'm going to unfollow her. Because that just doesn't do anything for me, and I'm not in it for the follower. I don't care what my count is on social media. That being said, follow us on Instagram and Twitter and
please be a real person.
And please be a real person. Yeah.
But we hadn't had any problems.
I think Instagram has finally calmed down with that.
I know, right? But we're gonna end it with I just remembered another Anna Faris.
Okay.
A what if?
Okay.
And it's from Charlie Day's episode.
Excellent.
So let's say we as TeeVo The Beard are invited to Jeff Bridges' house.
Okay.
And I can't go for some reason.
Sorry.
So you go. So you go.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't you?
Right.
You go to Jeff Bridges' house, and he greets you, and you're obviously excited.
Oh, even in my head in the scenario, I can't make a sentence.
You're excited, but then you notice there is a big table set outside, and there's catering, and you see, okay, so it's a dinner party.
Yeah.
Jeff Bridges asks you, hey man, would you so my catering, some of the staff didn't show up. Do you mind serving?
The only thing I would ask, and this wouldn't necessarily be a deal breaker, but I would ask him first, will we have time to hang out?
I don't know. But I got about 30 people coming. So what do you say, man?
Can I get a selfie?
Sure.
Just to kind of prove, to have this memory of meeting you. Yeah. Then I will for a.
You're not getting paid though. It's not a paid catering. You're gonna like when he says like you're gonna be working, like this is not like a social working. You're legitimately.
Well, I've actually done catering before.
But for this moment, you are legitimately doing real catering. You have to make sure these people are fed and everything.
Yeah, for Jeff Bridges, as long as I don't have to cook anything,
you do it.
I would do it.
You do it for Jeff Bridges?
Yeah. I wouldn't do it for just any actor. But, like if this was Ryan Reynolds, I'd be like, yeah, sorry. But yeah, for Jeff Bridges, he has given me enough as an actor.
You can serve him.
I can now. I wouldn't like become his indentured servant. This is like a one-time thing, and I got my selfie to prove that I've met Jeff Bridges.
So let's just say if Jeff Bridges calls you again for some mysterious reason, are you going to ask? I'm not working.
Yeah, there's gonna be definite questions the next invitation I get, because the first time it's like, okay, somebody didn't show up. Yeah, I'll fill in. The next time you call, it's like, are you just using me now?
Are you gonna ask? You realize we're a YouTube podcast duo. We're not a catering company, right?
Are you going to be on the show? If you come guest on our show...
So if he guests on the show, will you cater
I'll do the second time, yeah.
So you're saying...
I'm all about the barter system.
If Jeff Bridges offers you something for any catering event...
Yeah.
But you're not just going to willy-nilly cater.
Not just willy-nilly catering, no. Even though that would be a great name for a catering company. Willy-nilly catering. So...
All right, because I think she had asked Charlie Day the same with Robert De Niro,
right?
If you remember that,
I do. Yeah,
I remember when that question came up. I was like, I gotta remember this because I'm gonna ask you, but with Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, and I think his was like a quick yes.
Yeah,
that he would do.
But I think for almost the same reasons. At least you got a story.
Yeah,
but again, like he said,
but I want the photographic proof.
Yeah,
too. So,
but like you, it's like I'm not gonna. Do it again,
right?
But one time,
yeah. But it's that same thing about it's like if I said with Brett Dalton, if he asked you a favor like that, you're more likely to say yes to him than you would, some unknown agent.
I would definitely say yes to Brett Dalton faster than Stephen Amell.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
yeah, because what are you going to get from Arrow?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but I think that includes our day.
Oh, I did want to.
By the way, did you watch Powerless?
No, I haven't caught up on
It's
that
good.
Yet. Okay.
Maybe we'll watch it. It's funny. You'll like it.
I did forget.
That's all.
I forgot to bring up one thing with The Flash that almost had me rolling off the couch.
Oh.
On Earth 19, Al Yankovic is a philosopher poet. I love that part because they're like, Weird Al, and he's like, are you talking about the hair? I just love that little one-off thing they did, so,
That was very nice.
Extra points to Flash on that for, get me right in the field. Was that an oboe?
We are somehow being played off for some reason.
Thank you, folks. Thank you.
All right.
And we'll see you next week.